This Porsche was discovered 26 years after it was stolen, with bones found lying nearby, adding to the mystery. In late November 2017, a peculiar report led Oregon police to a remote forest. There, they discovered an abandoned car with unidentified bones nearby. As officers investigated, they uncovered a startling fact. The vehicle had been reported stolen 26 years earlier. Back on January 20, 1991, Jackson County Police received what appeared to be a routine crime report. A 1979 Porsche 924 coupe had gone missing from Southside Cinema, a movie theater in Medford, a city just 27 miles from the California border. First produced in Germany in 1976, the Porsche 924 was the company's first vehicle to offer buyers the option of a fully automatic transmission. Although it was criticized by some for not being sporty enough, it proved popular with buyers. In 1979 alone, about 10,000 models made their way onto American driveways. When the Medford Porsche went missing in 1991, its owners likely had little hope of ever seeing it again, and for 26 years, this seemed to be the case. Then, on November 28, 2017, police in Jackson County received a phone call. A man had been walking his dog in a rural area of Trail, Oregon, when he stumbled upon a bizarre sight. According to reports, the man was following his dog through a wooded area near Crater Lake National Park when he suddenly glimpsed an overturned vehicle through the trees. At 2:39 p.m., he contacted the police to report his discovery, and officers arrived to investigate the next day. The vehicle was lying down an embankment and appeared to have been in its current location for quite some time. But how had it ended up there, and why had no accident been reported? When officers investigated further, the mystery deepened. It was the same Porsche that had been reported stolen in Medford nearly 27 years earlier. Because the car couldn't be seen from the road, it was difficult to determine how long it had been there. According to police, the vehicle's registration had expired in 1991, the same year it was reported stolen. Had it been abandoned shortly after the crime, or had something more sinister occurred? Shockingly, police were in for another surprise. Bones were discovered near the wreckage. Initially fearing they might be human remains, investigators examined them closely. Thankfully, it was soon determined that the bones were from a deer. Interestingly, this isn't the first time a stolen vehicle has been discovered many years after its disappearance. In fact, back in 1978, children playing outside a house in Los Angeles, California, made an unexpected discovery. Buried in the mud, they uncovered what appeared to be a car roof. Luckily, detectives Lenny Carroll and Joe Sabatino happened to be passing by and stopped to offer their assistance. After summoning additional help, they set to work and eventually succeeded in unearthing an unlikely treasure, a Dino 246 GTS, worth around $70,000 in today's money. Remarkably, the vehicle was said to be in good condition. Soon, police traced the car back to Rosendo Cruz, a plumber from Alhambra, California. Apparently, he had initially purchased the car as a birthday gift for his wife. However, it was reported stolen on December 7, 1974. Despite its bizarre burial, investigators were unable to uncover any leads to explain the Dino's missing years. Neighbors couldn't recall any suspicious activity, and the current tenants of the property had no idea how the car ended up buried beneath their land. Eventually, the vehicle was returned to Cruz's insurance company, which had already paid out the $22,500 claim 5 years earlier. However, the owner of a 1968 Chevy Corvette was not quite so fortunate. When his vehicle was stolen in Manhattan, New York, without insurance coverage, the crime dealt a harsh financial blow to Alan Poster. In 2006, officials in Long Beach, California, were conducting a routine check on a vintage car bound for Sweden when they realized it was the same Corvette that had disappeared 37 years earlier. Over time, authorities managed to track Poster down to Northern California, where he had established himself as a successful businessman. Since he had been unable to claim on any insurance, the vehicle still legally belonged to him. According to reports, he was thrilled to be reunited with his beloved Corvette, even though some modifications had been made to it over the years. On the other side of the Atlantic, a Peugeot 104 was recovered by police in Châlons-en-Champagne, a city about 100 miles east of Paris, France, in August 2017. A drought had caused water levels in the area to drop, and the vehicle was spotted in a local pond. The car was removed from the water and towed to a nearby garage. There, local mechanic Frank Menard was impressed by its condition. "It still looks like a 104, he told the Daily Telegraph in 2017. "The paintwork is still blue, and there's still chrome on the bumpers. It's amazing, considering how long it was underwater. It's really well preserved." Incredibly, the vehicle had been reported stolen as far back as 1979, almost 40 years before its rediscovery. Police were even able to track down the original owner. Although the car technically belonged to her insurer, she planned to take a trip to see it for old time's sake. That same year, a man in Frankfurt, Germany, was reunited with his car for the first time in 20 years. The vehicle had reportedly been stolen in 1997, but was located 2 decades later in the garage of a building scheduled for demolition. When the vehicle was found to be obstructing the development, it was reported to the authorities. Eventually, police managed to track down the car's original owner. However, this time, it didn't appear that a crime had been committed. Instead, it seemed that the driver had simply forgotten where he had parked his car. The 76-year-old owner had a heartfelt reunion with his long-lost vehicle, albeit brief, before the rusted car was ultimately sent to the scrapyard. Meanwhile, in Jackson County, police are still working to locate the owner of the stolen Porsche 924. The mysterious car remains stranded in the Oregon woods, its position on steep, muddy terrain posing significant logistical and environmental challenges for removal. Officials are working to determine the best course of action, the local sheriff's department stated in November 2017. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.